Huge welcome everybody to Eigen TV. Today we've got an exciting topic for you, and we'll be talking about the future of digital twin. Dave Hodgson and Andrew Delugar have joined us from KBR. And if you actually go back on our YouTube channel, you'll be able to see that we did an entire digital twin series with these two lovely gentlemen. So please do go back and watch that. And of course, if you've got any comments whatsoever, pop them below and we will get back to you as quickly as we can. So a huge welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
So then, do you think there comes a point where the amount of data or the maintenance of the data in the digital twin, all the systems and everything, becomes more expensive than just doing it by hand? It ceases to become valuable. So what I'm thinking of is some kind of curve where early on, the payback from having the digital twin is more than it costs to maintain it. But it starts to go up exponentially with the cost of maintenance goes up exponentially with size, such that you hit a point where there is a size of digital twin that it is just too big.
No, because the market will dictate.
But David, doesn't that come back to the product and the benefit? I know I started with that because if the objective is just to load it with every bit of data possible, then that's one push. On the other end, it's what products or uses come out of it, and that would dictate. And somewhere is infinite. The other one is very targeted.
Well, yes, but it's very targeted, but the target will be growing all the time.
Agreed.
The market, the reason I say the market will dictate was because if you've got this fundamental, first of all, every step we take has to add value. That is one of the golden rules of the digital twin. So if we decide that the pipeline simulation of the UK Ordnance Survey map is really important and it has value that we use it and we maintain it, then the market will dictate that that's something we ought to do. So that's the incremental step. And then even in the sort of 20 years future, the same rules apply. If we discover enhanced use of something, the market still dictates. And the things that aren't valuable will fade away. That's how we should start. And so that, and another thing we should try and encourage is so that when people contribute to the digital twin, they do it in a way that not only benefits them today, but benefits them tomorrow as well. 2 years hence and 4 years hence.
So what you're saying is the market will regulate.
The market needs regulation in order to regulate safely, but fundamentally the market will dictate the use cases, yes.
And it will only then accept ones that are valuable. So what you're, I guess,
might accept ones that didn't work and drop them. Yeah.
So what I guess you are saying then that there is a size that becomes uneconomic, but the market would then just,
it wouldn't pay for it, wouldn't fund it.
Yeah, it wouldn't go forward. No. So yes, it is possible. I was thinking of the example of your mapping. Let's say we go down to the level of gravel on my drive, and so that we have the level of detail of that, you know, where every stone is, and so every time I go out and step on it, we've got to update it, and it's clearly ridiculous. Yes. And it serves absolutely no value to anyone, and therefore, like you say, that would just never get sustained in a market in reality.
But there is I had an extension built a couple of years ago, 4 years ago now, and they didn't know where the drains were routed from my house into the street. They knew where the drains were up the street, but it was in my interest to provide the waterboard, route of the pipe from my house into the street, so that any future extensions, they wouldn't have the problem I had routing the drainage pipe. So they've now updated their digital twin. The next time somebody wants an extension in my house, they will know where the routing is. They actually won't, because I put a red line on a piece of paper where I thought it was.
But just at a slightly different perspective, we're living through what could be a perfect example of the need for digital information at a national level. And it's obviously to do with the virus and where the people are, where the virus centres are, where the responses are, where all of this data, and we see individual graphs, and it's, if ever there's sort of proof that a more joined up, structured, intelligent way of getting information together at local level, building up to national level, it's absolutely there and very compelling. And there's difficulty to get the proximity network modeling between people. Is just really an example that the data's ability to process all that data is not mature enough, but it should be. You know, we should use this as an example now and a driver to actually get things really structured.
Yeah, postcode data about where people caught viruses is absolutely all important.
Just a clear and current example, I thought, worth putting out.
I think that's exactly right, and that's what's trying to get built right now, I guess. And it's proving extremely difficult in reality.
Just back to your original point, could we do it at a national level? Well, I think we need to in an increasingly joined up world, you know, where there's going to be increasing environmental challenges and all these things. We need to be able to know what happens when you influence the system at one end, what does it do elsewhere? And I think the digital twin and models is the way of explaining that.
If I may, when we were saying about how can we get there, like in the future, and Dave said slowly. So if we use the current example and current situation as an example, right now it's going at such a rapid pace, we can't keep up with it. So that's probably the reason why we're falling over ourselves, trying to actually create something. So
it's really difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that creative tension I talked about, really. You know, and there are probably people who are saying, we're going to need this, guys. You just don't need it right now, but we might need it in a year's time. Oh, why? The possibility of a pandemic. You need postcode information. Oh, yeah. So
I think
and there are also going to be evolutionary jumps, step changes in the way we need our digital information. And as Andrew rightly said, today is a step change moment.
Yeah.
And it's interesting when you reflect on it, because investing in something that's not a problem today to give you something useful tomorrow that you may not fully understand, that's in a way what we're talking about here. And I think, you know, we've got to get past that and get some sort of some investment, probably a government-led type level, I think, to actually get this in place, because it's going to be very hard to engage people and to invest, is what I'm saying.
Which is probably why the Digital Built Britain UK digital twin thing is growing now. They realize, they see the future and it's digital, and they are trying to corral in a rather herd cats kind of way the initiatives so that we are going in generally the same direction. I know it's really hard and complicated because I'm involved with it, and I know how there are many people saying, no, you can't go that way, you've got to go that way. Between us, we need to sort of go in the rough general direction.
I hope we can. Yeah. Certainly the language around digital twins and data is more accepted now.
Yes.
I think 10 years ago you could talk about it and it was no one even knew. But as per our last discussion, well, what is a digital twin? That's still
up for grabs.
Don't open that up. I thought we solved that, Murray.
So, I think we have. Of course we have.
But it is. Those videos would have got it.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, some way to go. So, like you say, Andrew, then getting investment behind it, another level. But it is key because these things eventually, folks get it, and the visionaries are the ones who saw it years ago, and then finally, when it happens, oh.
Yes. I mean, the visionaries.
Well, I've been saying that all along, is what they often say.
Yeah, that's right.
But the visionaries are the Googles and the Amazons and other people that have been investing long before they could make money out of it.